Hello everyone, welcome to For Nurses Preparation YouTube channel. I am Ritu. Let's quickly revise most important nursing MCQs. First question is, the total weight gain during the course of single term pregnancy in the healthy women is about. Your options are A 6 to 8 kg, B 3 to 7 kg, C 11 to 14 kg, or D 5 to 7 kg. Correct option is option C, that is 11 to 14 kg. Average weight gain during pregnancy is 11 to 14 kg, following as: in maternal, the uterus weigh about 900 to 1000 grams, breast 500 grams, blood 1200 to 1500 ml or grams, fat is about 400 grams, and ECF, which is 1200 ml. While talking about the fetus, it carries about 3000 to 3500 grams, placenta 500 to 700 grams, amniotic fluid 800 to 1000 ml. Next question is, which foods are a good alternative for those who doesn't like drinking milk? Your options are A. Eggs, peanut butter and dried beans. Option B. Pasta, rice and potatoes. Option C. Fruits, vegetables and whole grain bread. Or D. Cream soups, puddings and low fat cheese. Correct option is option C, that is fruits, vegetables and whole grain bread. Next question is, a nurse administers an intramuscular injection of vitamin K to a newborn. What is the purpose of the injection? Your options are A. Maintains the initial floral count. B. Promotes proliferation of intestinal flora. C. Stimulates vitamin K production in the baby. Or D. Provides protection until intestinal flora is established. Correct option is option 4th, that is provides protection until intestinal flora is established. Vitamin K prevents hemorrhagic disease of the newborn because it activates coagulation factor in the liver. Intestinal flora, which synthesize vitamin K, is absent in the newborn because the GI tract is sterile. With feeding and adaptation to the environment, intestinal flora becomes established. Thus, at the birth 1 mg, it should be given to the intramuscular MI route in vestolateral muscles of the medial lateral thighs. In the case of parietal baby, the dose of the vitamin K should be given as 0.5 mg IM. Next question is, one of the following is used in acute chest pain. Your options are A. SGOT estimation, B. Troponin T or I estimation, C. Blood cholesterol estimation, or D. LDH estimation. Correct option is option B, that is troponin T or I estimation. The enzyme aspartate aminotransferase, that is AST, is also known as serum glutamic oxaloacetic transferase, that is SGOT. Alanine aminotransferase, that is ALT, is also known as serum glutamic pyruvic transaminase, that is SGPT. Lactate dehydrogenase, that is LDH or LD, is an enzyme found in nearly all living cells. Next question is, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs are commonly used in the treatment of musculoskeletal conditions. It is important for the nurse to remind the client too. Your options are A. Take NSAIDs at least 3 times per day. B. Take antacids 1 hour after taking NSAIDs. C. Take NSAIDs with food. Correct option is option number 3rd, that is take NSAIDs with food. There is a misprinting in this answer typing. NSAIDs irritate the gastric mucosa and should be taken with the food. NSAIDs are usually taken once or twice daily. Antacids may interfere with the absorption of NSAIDs. Next question is, a client with pancreatitis has been transferred to the intensive care unit. Which order would the nurse anticipate? Your options are A. Blood pressure every 15 minutes. B. Insertion of a Levine tube. C. Dressing changes 2 times per day. Correct option is option B, that is insertion of Levine tube. The client with pancreatitis frequently has nausea and vomiting. Lavage is often used to decompress the stomach and rest the bowel, so the insertion of the Levine tube should be anticipated. Hey nurses, if you like this video till here, don't forget to hit the like button. So, next question is, the newborn maturity rating is done using. Your options are A. Apgar score, B. Ballard score, C. Olander score. Correct option is option B, that is Ballard score. Newborn psychological condition measured by APGAR score. Its minimum score is 0 and maximum 10. Priority gives heart rate rather than respiratory because after birth all of newborn respiration pattern is irregular. Whereas newborn maturity is measured by Ballard score. Next question is, most serious adverse effects seen with the stains are. Your options are A. Rhabdomyolysis, B. Gastrointestinal disturbances, C. Hypoglycemia, or D. Hypothyroidism. Correct option is option A, that is rhabdomyolysis. Lipid-lowering drugs or statins are commonly prescribed drugs that put patient at risk of rhabdomyolysis. Statins are a group of drugs with lipid, that is cholesterol, lowering properties, in which name of drugs end with statin, example atorvastatin, pravastatin, lovastatin and simvastatin. Drugs of statins class reduce the risk of myocardial infarction and stroke. Whereas rhabdomyolysis is a serious syndrome due to direct or indirect muscle injury. It results from the death of muscle fibers and release their contents into the bloodstream. This can lead to serious complications such as renal or kidney failure. Symptoms include dark reddish urine, a decreased amount of urine, weakness and muscle ache. Early treatment with aggressive fluid replacement reduces the risk of kidney damage. Next question is, the nurse is preparing a client for mammography. To prepare the client for a mammogram, the nurse should tell the client. Your options are A. To omit creams, powders or deodorants before the exam. B. That mammography replaces the need for self-breast exams. Or C. That mammography requires a higher dose of radiation than an X-ray. Correct option is option number A, that is to omit cream, powder or deodorant before the exam. There's a misprinting over here. The client having a mammogram should be instructed to omit deodorant or powder beforehand because powder and deodorants can be interpreted as abnormal. Next question is, which of the following are reason for the increasing incidence of foodborne illness? Your options are A. Increased consumption of food imported from foreign countries. B. Increased number of individuals eating in restaurants. Or C. All of the above. Correct option is option A, that is increased consumption of foods imported from foreign countries. Next question is, Vande Mataram scheme is included in. Your options are A. RCH program, B. IMNCI program or C. ICDS program. Correct option is option A, that is RCH program. Vande Mataram, a program dedicated to mothers, was launched on 9th February 2004 with the objective to improve the access of safe motherhood services and to reduce the maternal and neonatal death significantly. Question number 12 is, which one of the following is a non-modifiable risk factor for atherosclerosis? Your options are A. Cigarette smoking, B. Hyperlipidemia, C. Female over age 55 years or D. Sedentary lifestyle. Correct option is option number C, that is female over age 55 years. Atherosclerosis is a disease in which plaque builds up inside your arteries. Plaque is made up of fat, cholesterol, calcium and other substances found in the blood. Over time, plaque harden and narrow your arteries. This limits the flow of oxygen-rich blood to your organ and other parts of the body. Next question is, a client with diabetes is explaining to the nurse how she will care for her feet at home. Which statement indicates that the client understands poor foot care? Your options are option number 1, I should inspect my feet at least once a week. Option number 2, it is okay to go barefoot in the house. Option number 3, it is important to dry my feet carefully after my bath. Correct option is option number 3rd, that is, it is important to dry my feet carefully after my bath. It is important to dry the feet carefully after a bath to prevent a fungal infection. Diabetic clients should inspect their feet daily and should wear shoes that support their feet while in the house. Question number 14th is Panchayati Raj agency at block level is. Your options are A. Gram Panchayat, B. Block Panchayat, C. Panchayat Samiti, or D. Jila Parishad. Correct option is option number C, that is Panchayat Samiti. Next question is the artery commonly affected during myocardial infarction is. Your options are A. Renal artery, B. Coronary artery, C. Hepatic artery, or D. Carotid artery. Correct option is option B, that is coronary artery. The coronary arteries are the atrial blood vessel of coronary circulation which transport oxygenated blood to the heart muscle. That's all for this video. If you wanna join us on the other social media platform, the link is provided below. You can join us for daily nursing most important question. Thank you for watching this entire video. If you like it, hit the like button, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.